Jeremiah chapter 25 and 31. And noise shall come even to the ends of the earth, for the Lord have a controversy with the nations. He will plead with all flesh. He will give them that are wicked to the sword, saith Yehovah thy power. Giving our praises to Yehovah, Ba'ashem, Yehoshai, Ba'ashem, Hawakakodash. Double honors to all the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone for teaching us this truth. And yes, rise up to the house of David. This place is going down, man. Because the Lord, he has a controversy according to that verse in Jeremiah 25 and 31. And just on the way up here, I saw this, which is becoming very commonplace now. Homeless, more and more homeless people falling by the wayside on the streets. And on the way up here, this guy was on the floor, man. You know, knocked out for the count. Whether it was the liquor, I don't know. Whether it was the opioids, the fentanyl, whether it's the crystal meth, or any one of them other, you know, them hardcore thing there, what they do, the ashish what they smoke, or the marijuana, the weed. But one of them, he was out for the count of one of them, or just sheer knocked out asleep. But that's because that's the judgment, man. You know, this is all prophecy, man, going forward, man. A noise shall come even to the ends of the earth, for the Lord have a controversy, because he's showing that he's got a controversy with the UEs, especially UEs. You had us under that yoke. You still have us in slavery, man. And when he comes back, he's gonna find you in our hands, and you're gonna get the missiles. Ultimately, you got to get the missiles. But now you're getting picked off. You're getting picked off bit by bit, broken down systematically on the streets, begging now. You're begging Jake for money, man. You know, the ones that you had under that yoke, which we're still under the yoke of the wicked. You're trying to get rid of us, but it's for all your curses and all the things that you try to put upon us, all the judgments like the drugs, the crack, all the crack that you try to put in our neighborhood. Now you're getting a taste of your own medicine, the fentanyl, the opioids. There's an opioid crisis, the homelessness. You know, when you had us wandering around like fugitive, now you're the fugitive in the earth. The scriptures talk about the E's will be fugitives in the earth. Hence why we're seeing more and more homeless people. Yeah, let me get that one there, man. I'm just gonna go in the spirit. That's Genesis 4. Why are we seeing these homeless people? I'm gonna put the video up as well. With the E on the floor, knocked out for the count. Yeah, man, let me read it. Why are we seeing these homeless people now on the floor, man? Knocked out or walking around begging Jake for money, because they're fugitives in the earth. Genesis 4 and 5 says, but unto Cain and to his offspring he had no respect, and Cain was very wroth, and his countenance fell. And the Lord said unto Cain, why art thou wroth, and why is thy countenance fallen? Yeah, that wicked bad breed, and he's back here right now doing the same thing he's been doing. Yeah, this is what he goes on to say in 8. Let's carry on in 7. It says, if thou doest well, thou shalt not be accepted, and if thou doest not well, sin layeth at the door, and unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him. And Cain talked with Abel his brother, and it came to pass when they were in the field that Cain rose up against Abel his brother and slew him. Right, and he's back here today, you know, and his name is Esau, the so-called white people, the bloodshedders in the earth. Right, that's his offspring, that's his seed. Came through Esau, from Cain through Esau, and right up to this very day, so-called E's, which are known as the Edomites or the white people. Yeah, he slew his brother Jacob, which are the so-called black people. And the Lord said unto Cain, where is Abel, thy brother? And so Abel came through, he was a seed that came through Jacob. Yeah, and Cain was a seed that came through Esau. And we have them here today, the so-called black people through Abel, and the so-called white people through Cain. Esau and Jacob, Cain and Abel, originally. And Lord said unto Cain, where is Abel thy brother? And he said, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper? And that's a well-known saying for someone that doesn't want to take responsibility for taking care of their brethren. That's a well-known saying. That even the world picked up on that saying there. But it goes back into this precept here in Genesis 4. I know not. Am I my brother's keeper? And he said, what hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground. Yeah, all the slain blood. And that's why he's a fugitive today. Because he's still doing the same thing. And that's why there's going to be judgment. And all those that are crying up all those that have been slain by the Cains, the Edomites, the white people, their blood is still crying out up to this very day. They're crying out in the heavens for justice. They're crying to Yahweh thy power, which is called God to, as you Christians call him, God. So the blood does cry out, because the blood is a living thing to the Most High. There's no such thing as death to Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. Right? And he said, where hast thou done? The voice of thy brother crieth brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground. And now art thou cursed from the earth, which have opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thine hand. Right. Whence thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. Yield unto thee her strength, a fugitive. That's why we saw that E out for the can on the way up here, that so-called white man. Out on the ground, knocked out. And we're going to see more and more of that, because that's the judgment that has been put upon their head for being a bloodshedder. The so-called white people, otherwise known as the Edomites. Yeah? When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. A fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth. So that's the point I wanted to bring that out, because this is going to be a video, something along the lines of this is the paradigm shift we're in. We're in that paradigm shift where we're seeing more and more E's out for the count on the floor, knocked out. It's carried on from yesterday. We shall soon be released. Yeah? Any day now we shall soon be released from this slavery, from under the yoke of Sleazy E. That's the video I did yesterday. Any day now we'll soon be released from under the yoke of Sleazy E. And this is a paradigm shift. Like, I felt the vibe, man. Yesterday I come at the yard, I felt the vibe. The spirit was all around me, man. Just like nudging me to do a video, man. You soon be released out of this captivity under the yoke of Esau. You soon be released. So that's why another sign was given to me today on the way up here. The Sleazy E out on the floor, drunk or knocked out, and more homelessness we're seeing. So 32, carry on from Jeremiah 25 and 32. Thus saith Lord of hosts, behold, evil shall go forth from nation to nation, and a great whirlwind shall be raised up from the coast of the earth. And the slaying of the Lord shall be at that day from one end of the earth even unto the other end of the earth. Thou shalt not be lamented, neither garnered nor buried. They shall be dung upon the ground. Right. So we see little glimpses of that now. You know what I mean? When we see these homeless people out there sitting down or knocked out, whatever they may be, you know, knocked out, coked out, or going through that phase of alcoholics, crying out with all the after effects of being knocked out, or cold turkey, the withdrawal symptoms that they're getting now. You see them on the floor. This is a symbol of the Most High coming back, and a symbol of the paradigm shift. Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. This is all signs. When you see that, lift up your head, you know that your deliverance is getting near. Prophecies are being fulfilled, man. Luke 21 and 28. I carry on in Jeremiah 25 and 34. How ye shepherds cry and yellow and yellow yourselves in the ashes, ye principles of the flock, for the days of your slaughter and of the dispensations are accomplished, and ye shall fall like pleasant vessels, right? And the shepherd shall have no way to flee, nor to the principal of the flock to escape. So that's all I wanted out of that. Yeah, the judgments is coming on all the, and also the MPs and all the powerful men of this time, right? This is more judgments. This is in Luke, and 19 and 27 says, but those mine enemies which would not that I should reign over them, bring hither and slay them before me. Right. And that Willie Lynch, I haven't forgot about him. Willie Lynch. I've got the Willie Lynch book, the Willie Lynch syndrome. People are under that spell still. And I wonder if he's back here. Because if he's back here, I want to claim him, because I want him on my plantation, man. I'll give him some Willie Lynch. Some Willie Lynch lashes, man. Yeah, exploiting our people and keeping them under a spell and using them to keep them in a perpetual slave mindset. Yeah, I want him on my plantation. The Willie Lynch, I want him back here. Yeah, that's what it says there. But those mine enemies which would not that I should reign over them, bring hither and slay them before me. That's if the Yahushua lets me have him, because Yahushua might want to deal with him one-on-one. You know, there's many people that Yahushua go and deal with when he come back, man. You know, because his blood, he says that he's, you know, he shall be red with blood, which is just a symbol that he's going to be putting people to death. The blood symbolic of him doing his judgment and dealing with all the wicked that dealt with him, that put him on the cross and had their wicked way with him. He go and deal with them. Right, here's another one. Isaiah 11 and 3 says, and I shall make him of quick understanding to fear of the Lord, and he shall not judge after the sight of his eyes, neither reprove after the hearing of his ears. But with righteousness shall he judge the poor, and reprove with iniquity for the meek of the earth. And he shall smite the earth with the rod of his mouth, and with the breath of his lips shall he slay the wicked. Right. That's right, man. Yeah, he shall make him of quick understanding in the fear of the Lord. And that's us. That's us. We're picking up on this truth. We've been woken up from this truth in a quick way, in a hurrying way, so that we can really get back in line and know who we are. The potential elect. That's what we are. We're the hopeful, and we're the potential elect. The Most High has given us quick understanding, man. And Yahushua is gonna rule. He says, and he shall judge of the sight. He shall not judge with the sight of his eyes, nor reprove of the hearing of his eyes. But with righteousness shall he judge the poor, right, and reprove with iniquity for the meek, with equity for the meek of the earth. And he shall smite the earth with the rod of his mouth, and with the bread of his lips shall he slay the wicked. Right, that's judgments coming upon them. Now, like I say, there's examples that we're seeing with the homelessness, and we see them getting the concoction, the venom juice, which now Biden is giving them that mandate, which is giving it. The mandate is now in effect. They have to give it to their children, man, from up to 5 years old, from down to 5 years old, up to 11. So that's the judgment coming upon them, you know, Isaiah 14 and 21. Right, man. Let's bring out a precept in Deuteronomy. Yeah, Isaiah 14 and 21, he says he's gonna bring them into slavery, and for the children also for the wickedness of their parents. I might end off with that precept. So this is Deuteronomy 32 and 29 says, so now that I am there. So now, take your time. So now that I am he, and there is no God with me. I kill, I make alive, I wound, I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of mine hand. That's the Most High talking there, Yahushua. Yes, it's him is responsible for all the V's, people that getting mashed up. Yeah, people that are in hospital getting mashed up on the ventilators, and a lot of them are quaking because of that venom juice, and the children too. A lot of the nurse women, the caretaker women, them nurses, some of them in responsible positions, they're all getting messed up. And that's why you see that big influx on social media, people getting their judgments. Yeah, good for them too. I don't feel pity. I don't feel sorry for them. Yeah, that's their judgments. Yeah. And Most High saying that He's in that. Do that. I make alive, I wound, I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. Right. That's all I wanted out of that. Here's another one. The precept to the one we just read. Isaiah 45. It says, and 7 says, I form the light, I create darkness, I make peace. I create evil, the Lord do all these things. I, the Lord, do all these things. Right. Yeah, let's bring this one out. Psalms 5. Psalms 50 and 21 says, these things hast thou done, and I kept silence. Right. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such as one as thyself, but I will reprove thee and set them in order before thine eyes. Right. You see that? That one speaks for itself, man. You thought you was gonna let you thought the Most High was gonna let you get away with it. As a matter of fact, you thought He was all for that. But no, He had you in a trick bag. And He was just using you until once He's used you, now you're gonna have to be judged for all the wickedness that you've done. He had you in a trick bag. So the Most High was never for that. He just let you do it so that He can judge you because He doesn't like you. And He says that He's gonna bring a curse. You're the people of His curse. Here's another one again. 1 Samuel 2:6 says, the Lord killeth and maketh alive, He bringeth down to the ground. He bringeth down to the ground and bringeth up. The Lord maketh poor and maketh rich. He bringeth low and lifteth up. He riseth up the poor out of the dust and lifteth up the beggar from the dunghill. And that's us, man. We was down in that, out for the can. You know, some of us were homeless too. We was definitely in that slavery, picking that cotton. Yeah? And we had no mercy shown to us. Now, it's you that's getting that. So we're being reasoned up now. And now that curse is coming upon you, so I have no pity for you when I see you on the street begging like the fugitives you are. Yeah? So the Most High is bringing you down now and He's bringing us up. He rise up the poor out of the dust and lifteth up the beggar from the dunghill. He set them among the princes and to make them inherit the throne. And we're going to be inheriting the throne now. Right? The rightful rulers have been put back in their rightful place. And to make them inherit the throne of glory, for the pillars of the earth art thou Lord's, and He hath set the world upon them. Yes, we're going to be in our rightful position. We're going to have a rod in our hand, and we're going to judge the wicked. Yeah, back to you. Shalak Rambi upon all of you. Man never liked it when I just brought out when he walked past. I felt that resentment. And he spat on the floor with like pure resentment. So shalak Rambi upon that wicked demon. We know what they're all about with their sour faces. Look like they just bit into a lemon with their sour faces. Face looks sour and dirty and nasty. Right, this could be the end precept, the last precept. Isaiah 14 and 21 says, prepare slaughter for the children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the faces of the world with their cities. Right. So yeah, the Most High preparing that. He has a controversy with these wicked people, and He's saying, prepare slaughter. Right. We opened up with that precept in is it Jeremiah 25 and 31. There's a controversy with these people, and right now He's preparing slaughter, and this is the word that's going forward. It's like an electrocution going through their body when they hear it. And we know it. And we know that. Giving our praises to Yahweh Shimon Shai. Prepare slaughter for the children for the iniquities of their fathers. Right. The iniquities of their fathers, having us in that transatlantic slave trade. Alligator bait. Feeding us to the sharks on the frying us off those ships. Those transatlantic slave ships. Yeah, when they had us on the boats. Treating us like sardines. Putting us in that underneath those nasty boats, having us all together like sardines and vomiting and spitting on one another, and all kind of foul nastiness, treating us like animals, man. Right? So the judgment has to come back on their children. Prepare slaughter for the children for the iniquities of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land, or fill the faces of the world with cities. Giving our praises, then the judgment is falling upon them now. That's what's happening. I'm going to end with this one. Matthew 25 and 40 says, and the king shall answer and say unto them, because they may say, well, you know, why are you so mad, Yahweh Shai? Or why are you so mad with us, God? Why now are we begging on the streets? Why are we homeless now? Well, here's the answer to that. Unto them I say, verily, verily, verily I say unto you, inasmuch as you have done it unto one of the least of these my brethren, you have done it to me. So all the things you've done to us, yeah, it's like you stuck the Most High, you stuck a needle in the Most High's eye, you did it to him. You offend his children, so you offend the Father, Yahweh Shai. And that's why you're in this perpetual position that you're in now. And blood is pursuing you because you love blood. Yeah? The original precept, one of the original precepts we looked at was Cain. He's a fugitive now and he's a vagabond, yeah, in Genesis 4. And that's why you're seeing them acting out their position as fugitives and vagabonds in the earth. So I want to give our praises to Yahweh Bashim Yashai, to one of Yahweh Bashim Yashai for giving me the spirit to do this video. The house of David is rising, and everything the wicked have done to us, past, present and future, is falling upon their own head.